Thumbs up, yes, no, maybe, online, hey. Anybody?
Yeah,
Help me out.
somebody just raise their hand.
Okay,
She said
thank you.
she can hear you.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
Do you want the camera on Jason though, and not on me?
Is that one they were good about?
Oh, it's going, oh, there.
There
thank
we go.
goodness. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, it does. Okay.
So. Are we all set?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll get into the run here in a second.
Hey, so my name's Jason Scott. We did this hybrid, because we have people all over the state actually. I'm the worker in charge for the firm and, this is Daniel. Daniel is our tech person, IT, so he's kind of the brains behind all the operations. That if we can't do it, he can, so. And then we actually fortunate enough to have, one of our top agents and membership folks with us, Jamie. So Jamie was an assistant team leader before. And, she's in production as well as, recruitment and stuff, so we're excited to have Jamie, so. I'm gonna kind of get out of the way a little bit. We tend to start with a video about KW that will answer a lot of the questions you might already have in your head. But then what happens after that, then we kind of tailor that to you locally. So this is out of Texas and it's our director of membership and learning. His name is Jason too, so it's Jason and Jason. But it's about 10-20 minutes and he explains a lot that a lot of people already have questions about. And then we'll go into the specifics for North Carolina and whatever y'all decide.
Hi, everyone.
Yep, good. That's, I heard his voice.
My name is Jason Abrams, and I'm coming to you from Austin, Texas. I'm speaking today from the Win-Win Studios at the home of Keller Williams, KWRI. I want to congratulate you. As a matter of fact, I want to thank you and congratulate you because you are here today, and it's so important that you are. Today, you're going to understand by the end of this why I believe that residential, commercial, real estate in general is the single greatest industry on the planet. And what you did, I don't know if you realize it, but you're all already almost there. You see, so much in life is simply about showing up. And however you got here today was the perfect way. Because somehow, in this crazy universe of ours, we ended up here together and you ended up in the right place at the right time. You see, so much of life is all about timing. The problem is we tend to miss some of the most important events because the world around us is going so fast and there's so many things to distract us. So before we start, and by the way, I won't keep you for an hour. This is going to be a short 20-minute discussion, but here's what I would ask. Let's give me 100% of your focus. Now, once you do that, it's on me to earn it and keep it. I promise you, I have something up my sleeve. But let's forget about the drama of the world. Let's forget about the pressures of the universe. Let's forget about whether or not you have enough money in your bank account. Let's forget whether or not you have enough time to be here. And most importantly, let's forget whatever happened right before this appointment, because that doesn't matter. The question that you and I are here to solve is what's going to happen exactly after this appointment. You see, the reason that the rear view mirror is smaller than the windshield is because we'd like you to spend more time looking forward in life. That's what this entire conversation is going to be about. Here's what Gary Keller teaches us. Now, you're going to hear that name kind of throughout the day today. Not only is he my mentor, but he is the person that helped put models and systems into the real estate industry such that all of us could have the things that we want. You see, Gary would tell you that leadership is simply teaching people how to think so that they do the things they need to do when they need to do them, so that they can have the things they want when they want to have them. And what he teaches us is that real estate is a local business driven by local relationships. He also says that all answers in life, the good ones anyway, are found in the most simplistic forms. The challenge is everything naturally wants to become more complicated, but all success is always found in simplicity. So today I'm going to try to break down in really short order the real estate business in general, and then I'm going to invite you to live the life that you deserve to have, because here's the truth. We believe at Keller Williams in a very strict culture code. I use the word strict not because it's enforced with some sort of heavy hand, but because the ideals that set us apart, that we hold good and true for all people, we believe are good and true, not just in business, but in life as well. These things are in a very prescribed order: God, family, and business. You see, we believe that when we put the person together, the rest of the universe falls into place. So why residential real estate, you ask? Because we wake up every day and we simply ask the question, how many people do we get to help today? You see, homes are different than almost any other commodity. Nobody goes home at night and curls up with their stock and bond portfolio. They just don't. But they do curl up in their homes. As a matter of fact, the same kitchens that you have your best moments in, think of yours, are the same ones that you also might have some of your cries in. The same backyards where you see somebody take their first steps might be the same backyard where you throw that first football pass. And at the end of the day, the house, the home, becomes the backdrop for our lives. So we have an opportunity to go out and help other people find the backdrop for their life. The truth is, residential real estate or commercial real estate or any real estate that you decide to practice is an absolute increment part of the economy. 26% of all the wealth in these United States anyway is tied up in the equity in people's houses. So who do you think protects that equity? Friends, the first real estate agents got together in 1891. Since then, real estate agents have been helping people purchase what usually is the most expensive illiquid asset that they're going to have. We help people get over the fear of the unknown. We help people find the place where they're going to have their greatest moments. And in this way, we wake up every day and we simply ask the question, how many people do we get to help? But the truth is, most of the people that you know are going to be investing or owning real estate whether you get a real estate license or not. You see, that's the thing about this. Ask yourself, why did you move the last time you did? Because a lot of folks get into a room like this and they say, I don't know anything about real estate. Friends, I would submit to you that you know almost everything you need to know about real estate. And all we're going to be doing is filling in some of the details. Why did you move the last time you moved? I'll tell you, for me, it was because I had a life event. That's why people move. They get a job, they lose a job, they find love, they get divorced, they have a kid, they become an empty nester. These are the reasons. They get rich, they get poor. We could go on, but this is what precipitates a move. And most people don't just move once. They move multiple times during their lives. We have this great illustration that I use to draw this, and it's really simple. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that way up here at this peak is when somebody moves, and of course, a real estate agent is involved. It's a great day for everybody. Housing dreams come true, real estate commissions get paid, and then this right here is the very next day. It's the very next day because they're on the bottom again, because think about you, nobody moves the day after they move because of you guys get it. But here's the thing, every day after that, people get closer to moving again until they're right here, which is the next time they move. And then over here the next time they move, and then maybe they buy a piece of investment real estate over here. This is exactly how it goes. So the truth of the matter is, when a real estate agent becomes a fiduciary, and we're going to talk about that word in a second, we get to help people usually not just once, but 2, 3, 4, 5 times on their life journey. And again, this life journey is precipitated by the life events that they're having. The interesting thing about this, though, and you know this to be true, is the distance between people moving is about 3 to 7 years. Think about that for a second. Can you think of one other product that you've purchased where a bank or somebody else loaned you the majority of the money to do it that you then used for 7 years? And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, my car and automobiles like that. That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, that's how we define industry. They're the two most highly considered purchases for consumers, homes and automobiles. And we don't sell cars here yet. So let's stick with houses. The reason it's highly considered is because this dictates the way that people spend their time and the way that they live their lives. The home isn't simply just a thing. It's a collection of rooms located in a community. It dictates all the way shopping to walking to driving to where you're going to go to school to all of the different things, which is why this is so important for people. We also know that when polled, people love looking at real estate almost more than anything else, which means you could say that looking at residential real estate in a voyeuristic way is almost the pastime of humanity, which would make sense because, let's be honest, housing is on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You see, we're hardwired as humans to want to have shelter. And as we've progressed, we want to have shelter that we like, that feels like sanctuary for us. I'm going to read you a quote from a woman named Mo Anderson, who was the CEO of this company for many, many years, talking about this thing exactly. So how do I tie this back to you? Well, here's the thing. As people get closer to needing to make this massive investment and purchase, they do business with whoever's in closest emotional proximity. And emotional proximity means closest to them at that moment, either emotionally or physically. So how do you get close to somebody emotionally? You see, there's a myth right now that some of you are thinking, which is, I'm not a salesperson. How could I possibly get into real estate sales? The truth is, every single one of you is a perfect, phenomenal salesperson. Daniel Pink wrote a book on it. It's called To Sell is Human. You've been selling people your entire life. You just may not have been selling them a product. But the fact that you're trustworthy, the fact that you have a good reputation, the fact that you want to wake up and help people, these are the things that you've been selling right now without a product. Isn't that accurate? Don't you wake up on a daily basis and influence the people closest to you to know you as a good human being? If you do, then just get really clear on the fact that you're in sales. As a matter of fact, the first person that most of us sell is ourselves, which leads us to our next myth. See, some of you are out there saying, I can't do this. Or you're saying, they won't do business with me. Or you're saying, it won't work for me. It might work for everybody else. Or you're saying, I don't want to go out and talk to strangers. Or you're saying, I'm not sure. You see, all of those things are simply a sale that you're making in your mind right now to convince you that you're not the perfect person for this. But I want to reassure you that you absolutely are. If you're the type of person that wants to wake up each day on a quest to help people, then you're a perfect person to become a real estate agent. If you're the type of person that defines their success by how others feels about their lives, then you're the perfect person to become a real estate agent. If you're looking for an absolutely limitless financial opportunity, and when I say limitless, I mean just that, then you are the perfect person to become a real estate agent. And if you'd like to wake up each day as a company of one, supported by a company of many, and make your mark on the world, then you are the perfect person to become a real estate agent. So, how does the real estate industry actually work? It's far more simple than you might be thinking. It's really broken into three parts. Over here, you have when somebody buys and sells a house. I'm going to put a dollar sign. This dotted line here, which is very close to it, denotes the period of time when the consumer gets really serious about buying or selling real estate. That's the day that they say, I'm gonna do it. The distance between this line and this point is about 10 weeks on average. Then you have this line over here, and everything to this side of it we call lead generation. What is lead generation? It's really just loving people, to be honest with you. When we lead generate, all we do is we try to find people that we can help. But here's the good news. You already have all of the people that you need to help in your life. And I'm going to prove that to you mathematically in a moment. But think about all the different ways that businesses lead generate now. You have emails, you have mail that happens, you get text messages, you get phone calls, you see TV commercials, you see billboards. I could go on and on. These are all of those things that happen here. Then this giant area in the middle is this giant period right here. It's just simply people living their lives. What real estate agents do during that period is we follow up. We stay in people's lives. We make sure that we're connected. We ask and answer any questions that they might have about real estate. And we're just generally really great stewards of our community. So there's really only three parts of the entire residential real estate business. So if you're sitting there right now and you're thinking, I don't know where to begin, and this is probably really complicated, the good news, it's actually not. It's really simple. Now, I didn't say it was easy. I said it was simple. You pretty much now understand the entire residential, commercial, vacant land, raw land, looking for entitlement, real estate business. This is all of it in a nut jar. So what happens next? Interestingly enough, if you were to go get your real estate license right now, you would start on day one with plenty of classes to take and plenty of great ideas, but you might not have any clients. When polled, the number one fear that new agents coming into the business have is, I won't have anybody to work with. I'm new and no one's going to want to work with me. And I'd like to give you permission to release from that concern, because here's something that I don't tell everybody. I was new too. As a matter of fact, every single person that's in the real estate business was new at some point. That's the great part about our business. but you already have this amazing network of people. Play along with me for a second. I'd like you to take out your cell phone. Now, don't open it up to the face pages and the Insta Twitters and all of this sort of thing. Just open up your phone and let's go through this together. I'd like you to go to your contacts. Then I'd like you to scroll all the way down to the bottom of your contacts, and what you're going to see is a number, unless you're using an Android, and then who knows what you're going to see. But for most of us, we're going to see a number. So let's take that number, that's the total number of contacts that you have in your phone, and let's write that number right here. I'm going to guess that there's some of you that have 1,000 contacts or more. Well, let's just play the game. If you have more, raise your hand if you have contacts. You're crushing it. Okay, cool. If you have more than 250, keep your hand up. More than 500. More than 1,000. If you're in a room, this is getting fun. More than 1,250. More than 1,500. And usually when I say that, that's when a bunch of the heads go down. That's why I got to 1,000. If you have more than that, you're well on your way. Now, what I want you to do is take that number and I want you to multiply it by 6%. And for those of you that are math challenged, I make no judgment, that's 0.06. And that is going to equal a number. If there's anyone in the studio that can help me with that, that would be fantastic. What might that number be? Just yell it out when you know. Kelly, Cody.
60.
60, that's fantastic. See, and this is how we all play together at Keller Williams. That's 60. Now, why did I choose 6%? Well, there's all kinds of studies that show that about 6% of the people that are currently in your phone are going to have a real estate experience, either themselves, a sibling, or a quote-unquote best friend within the next 12 months. So now let's take that number, which is 60 transactions, and let's multiply that by whatever the commission average is in your marketplace. Now, I'm going to leave this, if you're here today, you're with a team leader, and they're going to help walk you through this because commission rates vary all over the United States. Prices of homes vary all over the United States. And what you're going to end up getting is a certain number. And that number is the minimum number of what you should be doing annually if you get into the real estate business, wrap your arms around the industry, and then follow up with frequency and intensity to all the people in your data bank. Now, why did I jump to a conversation about money? Well, it's really interesting. When we poll and we ask people what their biggest fear about getting into real estate is, they all say the economics. And I think people say that because, and if you didn't know this, just hold on to the seat and get tight for a second, this is an all-commission industry. This is to say that you will have an unlimited amount of earning potential. So here's the definition that I like to use around compensation. And I think this is massively important because there's a bunch of different cohorts that are watching this video right now. For some of you, you're looking for an absolutely limitless opportunity and you're going to go build your empire and riches in real estate. For others, you're just trying to do a couple extra deals a year because you're already having an amazingly big life in some other profession, and this is simply to offset. And for some of you, you haven't really given this much thought. And by the way, all of these different groups, you're perfect, and we're the perfect place for you. So how does compensation work? Well, compensation is something you get for something you give. This is widely misunderstood. Most people think they should receive before ever giving. We know that's not the case. It's something you get for something you give. It's repayment for a contribution that you make that's needed and useful. I want you to write the words needed and useful down. And let's never forget that compensation is comprised of four things. Number one, the need for your service. Friends, I'd like to address that right now. Make no mistake about it. The need for housing has never been more acute worldwide than it is today. Everybody needs what it is that we do, and we need you to be a part of it. Number two, how well you perform it. Now, how well you perform it is going to be on you, but that's why we're here. You see, we wake up every day and try to make you the best real estate agent on the planet, and we're pretty good at it. The next one is the difficulty in replacing you. And let's get really clear on that. Once you become absolute fiduciary for your people, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to replace you. And the last one is the number of people that you get to serve. See, the interesting thing about Keller Williams is we're the largest real estate company under one brand that the world has ever known. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. We're in over 50 different countries. We're really good at this. So the number of people that you're going to get to serve is going to be a bigger number than you could actually fathom right now, because here's what I believe, and so does Gary Keller, is that the top real estate agents in the planet, the ones that are going to do the most business, they're not yet in the industry. It's actually you. You see, our industry is changing at an amazing rate, and what we're doing is actively going out and trying to find the next generation of the greatest real estate agents on the planet. That's what Keller Williams is. So now you understand compensation. You understand exactly how the real estate industry works. You understand the economics of how income comes into real estate agents. I'd like to address one more myth that you might have in your head, which is there's so much to learn, I don't know it and I won't be able to. Here's the thing. I'd like to think about this in knowledge versus wisdom. You see, I believe that we are on the quest to find both of those things at any given time. By knowledge, I'm referring to the specific intake of information. When you read a textbook, that's knowledge. When you're going to listen to the team leader in a moment, that's knowledge. You're getting pieces of information about a specific topic. Now, wisdom, I believe, is something totally different. You see, I believe that we're all born with a unique and divine soul, and within this soul, we have all of the wisdom that we're ever going to need. And in many ways, we think of this as quote-unquote common sense. And if you've been following along and you've been getting the feeling that this feels right to you, that's your wisdom. You see, life is all about finding the people that can give us the knowledge to simply unlock the wisdom that we already have inside. So when you go and you see some amazing speaker like a Gary Keller or the team leader that brought you here, and you feel something unlock, you might say, oh my gosh, I got such an insight from that person. But I'm here to tell you that's actually not right. Insight, the word itself, means you couldn't get it from outside. It's a sight from within. All you did in that moment was find somebody to unlock something that you already had. You see, that's the journey that we'll be going on together if you decide to move forward at the end of this video, because you're about to have to make a decision. The decision that you're going to get to make is whether or not the world deserves to have you be their fiduciary. It's a massive decision. You see, if you decide to become a residential real estate agent, what you're really deciding to do is go out and change as many lives in as many communities for the positive as possible. It means waking up every day and not just having a good year, but having a good career. It's as much of a calling as anything else. For some of us that have been in the business since we were kids, and I joined out of high school, I kind of think we're unemployable anywhere else. We just don't realize that until we get here. And then we look up and realize that we mark our days not by the number of phone calls that we may have made, and certainly not by the number of dollars that we acquired, but by the number of people that we got to help. You see, this idea of going out and changing the planet one homeowner at a time is something that I believe deeply in. Keller Williams came on the scene, and at that time we had office managers of all real estate companies. By the way, if you go out and you meet with other companies, you're going to meet a lot of office managers. We don't have those here. We have team leaders, and it's different. You see, office managers try to control today and try to manage the way things are. And team leaders spend all of their time thinking about the future and wake up and define their success by the speed by which you got to your success. If by any chance you've met one of these extraordinary humans, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. At the end of this video, you're going to be spending some more time with a team leader, and you're going to talk about market-specific conditions and exactly what being a real estate agent in your city, in your state, and in your country is all about. But I want you to be clear that the ideals are the same. The culture that binds us is universal. The limitless opportunity is universal. Loving people and helping people is universal. And the reason that people need our services is universal. I want to read an excerpt to you from a book called A Joy-Filled Life by Mo Anderson. When you join Keller Williams, you'll hear all about Mo. She's a very special lady. And she says, I realize now it isn't about your certification or credentials. It's more about having the ability and the passion to do something and the confidence to do it well. These qualities are just as important or even more important than a professional certification or a piece of paper saying that you took some class. Ability, passion, and confidence are what help you discover your true voice and sing your unique song for the world. I would learn this lesson again and again in all my years as a teacher. I want you to hear that, because I know that even I tried to bust the myths, but there's still some of you that don't think this is for you, or think you might not know enough, or you're saying, I can't. Friends, if I can leave you with anything, it's that every single one of you can. Everybody at Keller Williams wakes up every day and we try to help you build a big business so that you can go fund and power a big life, maybe even bigger than you've dreamed. You guys are in the right place. You're in the right time at the right company. I'm begging you, on behalf of you, take the next step and move forward with us. Come figure out what a limitless life looks like. Because here at Keller Williams, when we honor God, family, and business in that order, we find the best rendition of ourselves and the best rendition of our company. I can be completely candid with you and say we're missing something, though. The thing we're missing at KW, we're missing you. Come join us. I hope you do.
Hey, so that was Jason. And again, he's awesome. If you ever get the opportunity to take a class with him, it's pretty amazing. So, this is real casual. And again, we'll bounce questions off. We'll see the folks online, and you're welcome to stop and ask a question or clarify something. That's really what it's about, is you guys learning a little bit more about us in the process. So, again, my name's Jason Scott, and I'm broker in charge. So after what he had talked about, how many contacts do you have?
I have an influence.
Oh,
I'm here with you.
I got it right. I've got 2194. So I should be making like $800,000. If you, now some of mine are duplicates and I don't have all the 5 things, but, and I call the 5 things, they're not complete contacts because I don't have their name, address, birthday, email, and phone, like all 5. So I'd have to pick through to see what I have at all 5. So, who you're in business with really does matter. All firms are not the same, and all companies are not the same by any stretch. And just to introduce you a couple of our folks, Robbie Cavender is our owning operator, or our principal. He's kind of the financier behind the office itself. Right now, he's doing a dual role as team leader as well. We're on a candidate search for the right team. Mary Holder is our controller, if you will, or she manages the day-to-day operations of the office, the staff, the financials, everything else. So kind of what happens is once everything goes through my department, then it kind of shifts over to Mary's department, so you get paid. So that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
Next up is myself, and so I'm worker in charge. So I handle training and compliance for all your contracts, like you don't get paid without having the perfect contracts. And then I also handle legal, because often something legal comes from a contract. So, and then I handle all of your licensing for North Carolina. And then we talked about Daniel earlier. Daniel is our IT guru and tech, so we call him the Market Center Tech Trainer, MCTT. Rivers is our director of first impressions. Also, she's my right arm, and Mary's a little bit in that she does a lot of the day-to-day data entry and follow-up and emails and that kind of stuff to help us out, so we stay called up. And we had somebody join us, which we're excited about. Amandla's here. We have a productivity coaching team, so you just don't start and like try to flounder your way or buddy with somebody. That's not how we operate. We actually have a team of coaches. So Karen Ward leads that team, and then she coaches as well. And then we've got Mike as well as Amandla. And then Amandla even teaches dual career. What we call dual career is the folks that are still working full-time that haven't quite ready to make the leap straight into real estate 100%. So she does some night classes, weekly coaching sessions. And she's here tonight just answering questions you might have about the program. But we put you in a productivity coaching program and they work with you hand in hand, and that's 100% free until you have the transaction, and then they just get us percent off the transaction. So, in addition to the coaching program, you're still going through training with me and the office itself, so it's kind of double ended. Amanda, anything? Did I describe that okay?
Yeah, I just popped our info in the chat, so people have it, yeah.
And it's like Amanda.
Yep.
So it's Amanda. Next up is we have some really strong core beliefs. I know you heard him say earlier, God, family, then business. And as diverse as we all are, there's no two people in this room that are the same. We all may have a different definition of God, and that's perfectly fine. We welcome everybody. Our arms are big enough. So one of the things we have is our mission, vision, and values. We call them our mission, vision, MVVs. So one of them, and I don't have my glasses on, so you bear with me, is to build the careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and then legacies worth leaving to our next generation that comes after us. Our mission is to be the real estate company of choice for our agents as well as customers, so that they won't want to choose someone else to work with. Of course, our value is God, family, and business. Our perspective, that's the P on the MVP, is we operate and think like a company that's a platform, a technology company that's a platform for our agents, buyers, and sellers that they prefer. We think like a top producer. We act like a trainer consultant and focus all of our activities on service productivity and profitability. And y'all forgive me, my allergies are way higher. The trees are starting to bloom. I got hoarse. Y for C2Ts. This is another one we kind of talk about all the time. And this is like ingrained in us, like day in, day out, how we operate. Like if it's not a win-win on both sides in negotiating or when contracts or in relationships, like if we don't give and take, it's not good for everybody. So if it's not a win-win, there's no deal to it. Integrity is we always do the right thing. We don't act otherwise. Customers are always first. And we're committed in everything we do. We also in communications, we seek first to understand before we would jump to any conclusion or judgment. Creativity that's getting into the C's, of course. Ideas before the results. We value people with ideas, and we have done things a certain way, but you might have a better idea, and we welcome that. Teamwork, we all together, we all achieve more. Trust, the two T's, begins with honesty, and again, that kind of falls back with integrity. And equity, this was a new one we actually added after the George Floyd situation. We all have opportunities. We're born with those. And it's up to us to bring those out of each other and out of everyone. So we do believe that everyone, there's opportunities for everyone. And how we're successful is through the people that are here. So why we're different, and he said, you'll go interview, and we suggest you interview with other companies. We want you to, because you'll see we're not the same. You've got some brokerages out there that give you a traditional company split with you sell this much, you get this much commission, you split it with them and them, you get part, they get part, and that's the way it works. And then you've got companies out there that work on a fee base, like you pay a fee so much per month, when you have a transaction, you pay for that fee. We have a combination of things where we have fees, but we also do the split with you. Once you pay in a certain amount per year, you earn 100% the rest of that year. Like we don't, our number is $15,000 an agent. So if you have and some agents just come in, it's 15K. And for the other 364 days, they make 100% commission. Like we need $15,000 an agent. And then there's $3,000 that goes to Keller Williams National, so at $18,000 total. So then after that, we just have a flat transaction fee to process. You can look anywhere in just about any category and see that we come out number one in something. Like we were just named the number one place for women to work by Forbes, which is kind of exciting, but it's Women's History Month. Top individuals for teams, top companies for diverse clients, like it's on and on and on. If you can look at a board and company, we kind of probably want it, to be quite honest. KW Cares, we go back one slide, sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Our training program is so strong that we won top training company in the country so many times. And this is against Coca-Cola and IBM and Apple and Napa, whatever you want. Like we won it so many times that they retired us into the Hall of Fame so other companies could win it. So literally, we have been retired for the top training company in the country, so. And you'll see that, like, we're totally different. Next up is KW Cares. So we started this, it's actually the 20th anniversary, and we've raised over 65 million now. We have trucks packed and ready to go in a natural disaster. And they go straight to where they are. Like, we don't have Red Cross and red tape, and like our trucks, if a hurricane hits, they're gonna be there tomorrow. And that is all 100% given to agent, straight to the agent phase. Like, we lost 2 agents in the fires in Hawaii. We lost an office there, but we had planes and stuff on the ground like within days when no one else was there. Because they have to go through processes where we don't. So KW Cares is something that we're really proud about. Red Day. Jason talked about Mo Anderson. Red Day is, we have around 160,000 agents right now in 50 countries. He read an excerpt from Mo's book. Mo is our first female president, and she really built the culture. Like, she is what Red Day and KW Cares, and that is Mo. And the God Family Business, Wife Work Win-Win No Deal, that's all Mo. Her birthday is every May. So on Red Day, which is the second Thursday of every year, second Thursday of May and every year, all 180,000 agents go out and volunteer. So it's one day a year that, like, we start working on that now to find projects for like 200 agents to go volunteer. So that's one of my favorite days. So, like, we built ramps and we helped Salvation Army store was so behind with their trucks and hanging clothes, and we painted houses. We've put in new windows for an elderly lady because of the draft. I mean, we've done all kinds of things. We picked up trash on the road. We've done a ton of things over the schools, landscaping, all kinds of stuff. Okay, we believe that our associates should be treated like our stakeholders. Because without you, there is no us. We believe that together we all achieve more, which is one of our T's. We give back. Profit share. A lot of people don't understand this. You said, was it Chaka?
Yes.
Okay, Chaka and Jason. And sir, what was your name?
Rodney.
Rodney? Okay, what's somebody online? Give me somebody's name out here.
Yeah, Simone.
Simone. Okay. So how profit share works? They're like, oh, this is multi-tier marketing and I take part of my money. No. If the market center is profitable, like we close our books every month, not once a year. And if we have profit that month, we take that profit and divide it amongst the agents that had transactions that month. We don't keep it. Like, literally, we close our books once a month. It's kind of strange. We don't keep money on hand. So how we do that is, Chakra, you said someone invited you.
Right.
Right, okay. So if you were to join and you say, okay, Robbie's the reason I joined. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm learned. That's what I'm doing. Robbie's my guy. So you talk to a Mandolin. You say, Mandolin, KW's awesome. Like, you don't even know how great it is. So Mandolin says, I like KW because of Joe. A Mandolin, you talk to Rodney. Rodney comes because of a Mandolin. Simone comes because of Rodney, right? If all five of you have a transaction that month, you get a pot of the money that's left over at the end of the month. Sometimes it's been 21,000 one month, it's been 7,000 one month, it's been 2,000, it's been 60,000. I mean, I've seen all kinds of crazy things over the last 8 years. So we don't keep that money, we give it to the agents that share how happy they are and bring people on with them. We do not take one single dime from the agent that, it's not out of your transactions, it's not out of your commissions, it's out of the company. So when we keep money at the end of the month, we just turn around and pay. Does that make sense? Sometimes I'm like, what is that? Well, I pay it, it's me, no, we totally just turn around and give money. Again, one of the reasons we're different than kind of other firms, like they're not sharing profits with other people.
Can I just throw in too, because we never actually talk about this part of it, we just talk about the money.
I call it mailbox money. Like, I got, when I came back, I got like $600. I went and bought in coach bag.
So we talk about the stakeholder side of stuff.
Yeah.
So we also have what's called the ALC, which we have one of those members here today. So what that is someone who literally makes decisions of the direction of the market center. So you don't want to get into semantics like a republic or, you know, a democracy or whatever, but it very much is. Like as an agent, as a successful agent, there are like requirements. You can actually become someone who makes decisions over, like during that your year of time.
Yeah, we call it for agents by agents. We recruit between 7 and 11 agents every year to be kind of like the board of directors for the next year. And they make the decisions in the market center. Like this new candidate, we're looking for a team leader. Like, we're gonna narrow that search down and interview and this, that, and the other. That person's going before the ALC, and the ALC is gonna say, yeah, that's a great candidate. So the ALC like, if we have to raise a fee, or anything we have to do, we're gonna paint the building, whatever, we're gonna run it through the ALC and say, hey, are we good with this? So and again, it's all agent led, not us.
Sorry, so we normally skip the part.
So there's the chart.
Sorry.
This goes 7 deep. So you can recruit 7 people, and then your 7 people can do 7 people, and those 7 people can do 7 people, and that's how far down it goes. I mean, it goes 7 deep. So being prepared. Basically talk about some of the money, to sign on with us, it's $225 to join the office. And our monthly fee is $100. And what you get for that $100 is, your insurance, all of your technology, which is a huge, huge portion of it. And then all the training and programs and offices and everything we have here. Our brain, and that's kind of Daniel's world. So, command, we call it command, and it houses every transaction. It handles all of your client database. It handles all your marketing. Like, you could order Facebook ads through it. You can order TikTok ads. You can send out your monthly mailings. You set it up, set it, forget it. It does it. You're not the one sitting there sending emails every month. Command does it. Like, it's to the point that if I wake up tomorrow morning and I hit my command app and it's Rodney's birthday, it'll say, today's Rodney's birthday, call him. And I hit Rodney and it calls from my phone. And I say, hey, Rodney, happy birthday, dude. I saw it's your birthday, you know, hope it's a great day. When I hang up, it actually takes a note that I called. So like, that's how progressive it is. And on top of that, if you think about the 180,000 agents, we have 1 in every 5 transactions, or 20% of transactions are Keller Williams in the whole country. So we have a database of how many times you communicate on average, how many times what's the ratio to talk to someone before they get into that cycle of buying. Like, we've got so much data from that command app, the transactions that come into this world. And again, you get it for $100. I was with another brokerage, just for my website and my database, we paid $700 a month for that. We pay $2,000 a year for a marketing program. We pay so much money, $1,200 for insurance. But all in, because there's so many of us, you get it for $100. New agent fees, once you pass the test, you actually have to pay for your license for the state. And you have to pay to pass the test, of course. So that's between $545 and $845 total fees. If you're looking at to take all that testing, and just sign up for your MLSs and those kind of things. Like if you sign up for an association, and you sign up for the local MLS, which is how you search for homes for your clients. So you're looking, what, Daniel, 12 to 1,500, and you're up and running.
Yep.
So which is one of the least expensive entrepreneurial businesses for you to be up and running. Every year, then you just have to renew your license. I'm just trying to see what that's.
There's one going.
Yeah.
Yeah, the privilege one's going to, but
Yeah.
it's still there, right?
The bottom one is going away. We have to keep it on there for June, but it just got voted out from the legislature. So that's $50 a year. So, here's the other thing that brought me back to Keller Williams was, our communities. And just like, 100% of our clients are what? Humans, right? You're not me, I'm not you, Amanda's not you, you're not her. We're all different. And every single client's gonna be different, right? So that diversity of our client base, we also have to look at that internally. And that is so important to us that we started, like with the George Floyd, when that happened, Gary Keller actually put out a letter to all 180,000 agents about how he felt. He started a focus group that's turned into something pretty amazing. And he'll show you on the next slide. We all belong to something. We all feel like we can be a part of something that's not just our local office. But we have like 30 groups now, close to it,
Yeah.
28, that you can be a member of. And no charges or anything for most of them, like the KW Rainbow Network, there's over 4,000 people there in the Rainbow Network. CHISPA is the Hispanic Progressive Action Group at KW. We also got Hispanic Leaders of Real Estate. Pan Asian is also the American Asian Pacific Islander Group. Berg is our Black Real Estate Network. So Lady Leaders is the women's network. KW Arabic is a new one. KW Special Needs at the bottom corner is all those 1 in 4 people have a disability. So there's KW Needs. Simca is the Israeli network. And then what's that one we talked about? Oh, signs for hearing impaired. So, but we have, and that's just, we've got KW Sports and Entertainment for like athletes and that are moving, or movie stars that are moving. We've got KW Luxury, we've got KW Relocation, KW Young Professionals. Like there's a ton of affinity groups that, again, I think are exciting that a company our size can do something like this. So what you need is a laptop and a phone. Other than that, we can get you across the finish line. And some money. So that's kind of the plan, if you can get set up. So just because you joined online or just because you're here tonight, what's next? Okay, there you go. So you're kind of at this step in here. So you decided to come and then you came. So this is you. And I'll let Daniel kind of get you through this part. We offer Keller School of Real Estate, or K-Score, an online platform that is totally free for you. Because paying because it's online. So we don't charge for that for you to get your real estate license if you do an online class. So we kind of eat that. It's about $500 a student. So we will take that on. And we don't ask for reimbursement. We don't even ask if you don't join us. Pay us back for that. That's how much we believe that we're the firm of choice, so.
Cool. So whenever you get those emails that say kscore832@gmail.com, most of the time that's either myself or Rivers, if you remember Rivers back before. So we've kind of consolidated a little bit. To be honest with you, we felt like there's just too many steps, the proper way to do this. Now, we're not doing anything against you. You guys still get all the benefits. But what we've done is before you were supposed to do the first two modules of KW Prep, which will not help you get your license whatsoever. There's no licensing. That's just Keller Williams going, hey, so you want to be a real estate agent? Here's 4 minutes of video. Now contact the person that's blah, blah, blah. Watch the videos, cool, awesome, but we'll actually set you up for the KW Prep and Kaplan at the same time. Kaplan is the school that you're able to receive your license, well, yeah, the license through them, but you can, the 75 hours, exactly, yes. So the Kaplan is the really, really important one. KW Prep is gonna be like your cheerleader along the way. So go ahead and do the two modules. Again, it's 4 minutes of your life. And it kind of literally preps you for what you're about to do. And then the rest of the modules will kind of go along as you're taking the class. Another thing to know about it, KW Prep is from Keller Williams International, who's based out of Texas. And I think she's actually local, isn't she? South Carolina, the one that kind of heads up K-Score. Yeah, so she'll introduce herself. I can't think of her name, sorry. But there you go. She'll pop in there, but it's set for a national scale. North Carolina has its own little rules and it's very different, in a good way, to be honest with you. A hard way with classes, but good way overall. So yes, because you guys are here tonight, you people online as well, you're gonna get information tomorrow with your Kaplan and your KW Prep login information. If for some reason you don't receive that, just email that kscore832@gmail.com and we'll go, oh yeah, sorry about that, and we'll get you set up with it. Online people as well, you mind if I go ahead and sidetrack for a second? Obviously, you guys are North Carolina, possibly Virginia, but most likely North Carolina. Is anybody online from a state other than North Carolina? Amanda Lynn's online too.
Oh, okay.
She's been the moderator. Thank you. I love that you just jump in as moderator.
Anybody out of state, anybody out of North Carolina?
I didn't see any hands.
Okay, good.
Okay, fantastic. I should actually lead with that because if you're in another state, this was completely useless. We only can serve North Carolina. That being said, there is K-Score in other states, but you need to go through a market center that's other states. Other parts of North Carolina is fine. I mean, Charlotte, Wilmington, Boone, it doesn't matter. But yeah, we're North Carolina only. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. You guys are getting emails in the morning, at least 2 of them. Sorry, spam warning there. But yes.
So, Kaplan is your school. You get the login from the Gmail account. If you decide you want to take classes, you've got 6 months to take them, work at your own pace. You pick up when you start, it's all kind of work your way along. You test along the way to prepare you for the final. And then you get a few opportunities to pass the class test. You have to pass the class test before you can sit for the state test. So there's kind of 2 major testings in there. The class test, once you pass, then you can go to state. State testing is handled at a testing outside site. They actually just announced they're at new locations, by the way.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so once you get the confirmation from school that you passed, then you just take that and schedule your test for the testing center. And then you have to pass a background check. So, so your background check, pass the state test, and then you interview companies. And I think you should interview others. Like I interviewed somebody, before this, I was a trainer for, a region of Belk stores. So training was important to me. So I interviewed one company. I'm like, hey, so what's your training protocol? You know, what's your program like? And so when we button you up with an agent that exists and they kind of show you the ropes. I'm like, well, what is it? And he's like, well, we have one. I'm like, okay, what is it? So, you know, that didn't give me a good feeling about that particular situation. We had another one that I looked at that, I interviewed two Keller Williams offices. I just got a better feeling at one versus the other. When I interviewed. So, all offices are not the same. Now, KWs are set up the same way, very similar, we're just different bobs and fills and whatever. So, what you got?
Not much more.
So complete the class, submit your application, pass the background check, take the test, and then affiliate with us. And if it ain't us, we couldn't be happier for you because it's truly about making great agents and changing their lives, not ours.
Yep, I think that's pretty much it.
This is my favorite part. Y'all just ask whatever you want. So. Anybody online, anybody in the room, like if you're thinking, you got questions, it didn't make sense, whatever it is, that's what I'm here for. And this is the part I like, so. Because again, y'all don't be shy, you can ask me. Amanda, you put my number and email in. Amanda's gonna drop my actual straight to my cell phone, sitting over there on my chair charging. My cell phone and eating on the chat. So if you think of a question later, and you're like, oh, wait, what did that mean? Just text me, call me, email me, I will get back to you, I promise. Yes, sir.
So you said it, but the Kaplan courses, they're self-paced.
Yeah, it's a couple options. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for asking. The self-pace is free. We pay for that. If you want an actual class with a video instructor, like someone that's teaching, not in person, but online, you can sign up for those through Kaplan. It costs you $100 for that, because we pay the other $500. We give you the coupon for $500. So if you want a Tuesday, Thursday, 6 to 9, pick one. And just pay the difference. If you want an in-person class, that's what Kaplan does not. So, and there's great schools that are in person. Well, that's just one in person, because this didn't exist when I was.
So
Good question.
So if it's self-paced, are you reading material or is it still like a video?
It's interactive back and forth, it's monitored, it's video, it's testing, like it keeps you.
Okay, not just reading text.
Oh, gosh, no, because you wouldn't grasp it. So, and along the way, that KW prep, if you're kind of doing the class and doing the KW prep along with it, it kind of educates you faster than this. But yeah, you can do a class that's not self-paced, it's scheduled. You just, it's $100. So, because we pay the bills. And you have 6 months, that's the other thing. Like, because we know life happens, you might be all gung ho right now and get signed up and start, but then life happens and you don't pick it up for a month, that's fine. Just let us know, and then if you don't finish in 6 months, that's fine too. If you're still interested, just kind of reach out to us and let's switch back and roll.
In the land of YouTube as well,
Oh, yeah.
because we're in that kind of a society. There is a gentleman named Travis Everett, who's out of Raleigh. Actually, some of the agents here went through his program. He actually has a YouTube channel where he has quite a few of his classes. They're quite nice to just sit like, if you really just don't have the budget to swing the extra $100, or you're just not sure. And hey, to be honest, a lot of people end up doing this like 2 times.
Yeah.
We have some phenomenal agents that I would absolutely love to have their paycheck that actually took the classes 5 or 6 times before they became agents. But Travis Everett, just good points. I'll cut you off on that. make sure that they're the most recent videos because real estate law does change every single year.
Every July, so every July 1st, our rules change slightly, just to make it more protecting of the clients. And clearer for our contracts. So if you're watching a video, just make sure it's kind of a current video on top of it. It's like that. So,
So, who you pay $100 to face the month?
No,
nope, whenever you sign up, this is, you decide that's what it is.
oh,
Oh, yeah, you'll get the email tomorrow, you click the link and you kind of do the whole Kaplan sign up, pick what you want to do. there.
yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too, because some people kind of misunderstand this. We are the providers, like, we're just paying this school on your
Yes.
behalf. They gave us a code to give to you. Whenever it actually comes to any problems with the class itself, it's Kaplan.
Yeah.
Like, if you're having a technical issue, it's Kaplan tech support. If you're, a lot of people say, oh, my 6 months is about to be over and I'm not gonna make it.
Okay.
Don't bother messaging them. They're gonna tell you the same thing I'm about to tell you. There's not an exception in North Carolina.
Yep.
There are in some states, not this one. But like they'll reach out to us and really in our case, we're just like, well, when the 6 months ends, just here's the coupon code again, just.
So again, we give you a $500 coupon code for Kaplan. Is our relationship, that you just log in and start your own process. So, and like, we don't do any financial or like, that's all he does. And if you, like I said, if you want to pick the classes. Some people do like, they work full time, they can do weekends, some people like nights, some people like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like I took my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 to 5. So. Questions, y'all good?
So I understood the KW first, is that just 2 mods or does that last?
Oh, no, it's
that
the whole
on
thing,
side?
like, it's modules all through, it'll last you kind of all $75.
They,
It's kind of prepping for test questions and real estate in general, because there's a mix. We have national questions that are countrywide, but then we have state-specific questions that are statewide. So the KW prep is national stuff, because they can't do state.
with those 2 modules, it's pretty much 2 modules and then you should switch over to Kaplan.
Yep.
There is a little PDF that they'll give you the option of downloading, which will specifically show you the track of how KW prep goes with Kaplan.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and it's literally just to make you healthy. And it's just something we all. You guys are quiet online. So Kayla, Jamisha, John, Kendra, anybody got questions? All good?
I think
I'm used
this
to
is
something.
Kendra.
Oh, there goes Kendra.
All right, Kendra. What you got?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for asking. I'm sorry I was quiet. I was driving. I've been driving this whole time. So I apologize.
No, I'm
But I
good.
think you guys did a fantastic job. I've been listening to y'all through the radio. Well, through the speakers.
That's funny. I actually used to do TV for Belk Department Stores. So, it's in my hat.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I was getting off work. I was like, yo, I gotta go. And then, yeah, so I apologize that I have been quiet.
No worries, no worries. Glad you came, but. Anything else? Any thoughts, questions? All right,
You have those email addresses for us?
manually put my name and number in there. Again, that's a genuine, I'm broker in charge with 8 years experience running 2 agents, 200 agents training. Like, I will help you, like, that's what we're here for.
Do you have the card tonight?
We're digital, so I'll be glad to give you a digital card.
Okay.
So, yeah, we do both, but I do.
If we need another coupon code, do we have to pencil another career?
Nope.
Just email us.
Shoot an email to that. Base store agent to the chief. Yeah, perfectly fine. And I'll tell you, we have an agreement with Kaplan that we just pay them every month, whether there's 1 student or 100 students. So that's perfectly fine with us. We want you to have the education so you can get off the line.
He says that, but don't waste your time on it. Like, go for, like, you have 6 months.
Yeah.
Hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Get it knocked out in 6 months. You have 2 chances for the class test. You know, if you completely bomb it the first time, well, you know what it was like. you're ready for the second one.
Like, look,
So-
we have an agent that failed the test 7 times, like between the class test and the state test. And I
I
would
don't
tell
have
you,
to, I passed the first time. They say that too.
I would
don't have to
tell
do that.
you, she went on, she was determined, she was a school teacher, and she went on and finally passed, and she had 3 closings in one day. I vividly remember this because her and I were kind of accountability partners. And her daughter called her crying, because she was helping her with her admin and stuff. And she got all 3 commission checks that day, because they had 3 settlements. And she said, Mom, you just made your annual salary as a teacher today. And that potential was there. And she's just hustled. I mean, I've seen her sell 40 houses, I've seen her sell 60. I've seen her sell 20. So it's all about your own hustle and those contacts in your phone and doing those things in command. Let command be your brain, that's what it's there for, because it knows how many touches to make a transaction work. I see a hand raised, who we got? Simone.
She had up, I think she actually put
She's
that
like
up.
about-
What's up the whole time?
Yes,
Yeah.
hi guys, how y'all doing?
Hey. What's up?
I'm sorry, my question was I just wanted to clarify that I don't have a license, so my next step would be to take the class and then contact you all after I finish with the class and have passed the class test.
State test. Like the class is gonna, you pass the class test, part of that class testing, they will tell you what to do. And you
Okay.
do your application with North Carolina, pass your background check, schedule your state test. And then once you pass the state test, that's when you come to us.
Okay, and that will be an email sent by tomorrow that I should be expecting?
Yeah, I would check midday, see if you got it.
Oh. Actually, I'm sorry, I forgot. So we have an enormous event for the agents tomorrow. So it may be Thursday that everybody gets
Yeah,
everything.
we have
Sorry
a
about
training class for about 130 folks tomorrow, that's huge. So if it's not late tomorrow afternoon, just look Thursday morning, so. But
Okay,
we'll
thank
get to you, I promise. Between Daniel and Rivers, so the 2 of them will get it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Along the way though, Simone, don't hesitate to reach out to Amandlin or myself or Jamie, if there's something we can do, that's kind of what we do here, we help you. So,
Yes, sir, thank you.
yeah, absolutely, it's nice that you meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, if y'all don't have anything, I'm gonna let you go, and I appreciate your time, y'all mean the world to us.
Thank you. That's right up here.